close to passing the peak of infections as the number of coronavirus deaths fell for the second day in a row. But Pedro Sanchez also extended lockdown measures until the 25th of April, saying the restrictions were saving lives. The toll of 809 deaths in one day is the lowest in Spain for a week. Well, Jon Ochoa is a virologist and scientist at the Center of Astrobiology in Madrid and joins me now. And we're very grateful to you. To pick up on the comments of the Spanish Prime Minister, who said the country was close to passing its peak of the virus, do you agree?
Well, I think the president is actually very positive. And we still have to see whether this is a peak. I am not so confident that we are passing the peak at the moment. We might be reaching it, but I think in the next week we will be able to see whether this is the actual peak or not.
Why are you being cautious? Why are you not so confident?
Well, you see, the results of today are the negligent actions of the past. And the lockdown was being made the 14th of March, and we did not take it very seriously. Now, that weekend, people were still going out to the countryside, people were having beers on the terraces, we were going to the coast and the beaches. So we are now still seeing the infections of those negligent actions from the beginning of the lockdown. We still need, at least, I think, one more week to be able to determine whether the infections are being controlled or not.
That's interesting. Why has Spain been hit so hard by the virus?
I think mainly for two reasons. The first reason is that Spain is a big hub in communication and transport. So we have a lot of tourists, a lot of people coming through different countries, different sides of the world, stopping by Spain. And so this means that Spain is very, very connected to the rest of the world. But mainly is because since the first outbreak, the first person that was announced to be infected, that was on the 31st of January in the Canary Islands, it took us a very long time to start the lockdown. So this meant that the virus had already been spread widely through the population.
I think you've been observing viruses for several years, haven't you? And I just wondered how much of a surprise was this outbreak?
Well, in fact, the scientists have been already warning for the past 17 years that this could be a possibility, and it was bound to come. In fact, zoonotic viral jumps are recurrent in nature, and in a planet in which there are about 109 million different viruses infected all the living organisms in the planet. 219 viral species infect humans, and there's around 55 that have the potential of being potentially epidemic. So there are big chances of encountering new viruses that are epidemic in potential. And from the initial SARS outbreak from 2003, we have been warning that this could be very easy, especially with the climate change and the constant increasing human pressure on nature. And we're just not being taken very seriously by the governments.
That's very interesting. Jon Ochoa, sadly we've got to leave it there, but really good to talk to you. Thank you.
Thank you, and we still love you, UK. Take care.
That's good of you, thank you. Now, the number of new coronavirus cases